Let's queer up the USA view. California and Hawaii will decide same-sex marriage constitutional amendments. In November, voters in Hawaii and California will decide on constitutional amendments related to same-sex marriage following Nevada's lead from 2020. While California and Nevada will vote on repealing language defining marriage as between one man and one woman, Hawaii's amendment is unique. In 1998, Hawaii passed an amendment allowing the legislature to reserve marriage to opposite-sex couples, but it didn't outright ban same-sex marriage. In 2013, Hawaii legalized same-sex marriage with the Hawaii Marriage Equality Act. Now, a new amendment introduced as a House Bill 2802 aims to repeal the legislature's power to restrict marriage to opposite-sex couples, marked by a House vote of 43-6 on March 5th and a Senate vote of 41-1 this week. This amendment marks Hawaii's first certified ballot measure in 2024. Notably, all Senate Democrats and one Republican supported the amendment, reflecting shifting attitudes. The legislature may introduce more amendments before adjourning on May 3rd. Hawaii's last constitutional amendment vote was in 2016. With evolving views on marriage equality, Hawaii's decision in November could echo nationwide sentiments on same-sex marriage. I have to say, I had to read that story like 3 times because I think they just put amendments in there and they just circle around and they put them in different ways that you just say to yourself, right, what do they actually mean? But all that said, I think we just really need to focus on our local governments, our state governments, our city governments, keep an eye on them, encourage everyone around you, all of our allies, to get out there and vote in November.
Absolutely. Voting is the important thing. I'm curious, though, the suggestion is Hawaii. Can we look at it as like a bellwether? Is it a good gauge to measure what's going on the continental United States?
Well, I mean, I think they were pretty early on. I remember that there were early marriages there. Mm-hmm. And so this seems kind of interesting. This is coming up. And California was also very early. Massachusetts and Iowa even were at the forefront of same-gender marriage. So I hope that this means that Hawaii and California will take that next step and vote in favor of the constitutional amendments for marriage. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because it's so far away. We often forget about Hawaii. I mean, I'm sure people love Hawaii, but it's sort of like the forgotten child. And yes, if something's happening in one of the states, it's an important thing.
And I just wish that they would just make it easier for you to understand these amendments and not make them so complicated.
Yeah, law or legalese and legal speak is something that can really weigh you down. And
then you have the legislators that admit that they haven't read them or understood them really either, don't we? Probably, especially here in Florida.
So one interesting thing, and I'm 99.9% sure I'm right about this, but and Greg, you're probably going to know the answer. The last remaining royal in Hawaii is a lesbian.
I think really? You are right.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
So that's why the royal family is dying out.
And do we know what position this royal is?
No gabies?
No gabies. As far as I know, I don't. I don't really know. I think she was a princess.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Wow. Hawaiian princess.
Yeah.
All right.